What's up guys, it's me Charlie and I'm here to give my review on this season's Season Pass Iron Patriot. On review, add a random 4, 5 or 6 cost card to your hand. If you are winning here after next turn, give it -4 cost. Now if you were to ask me, I do think that as always the Season Pass card is very strong. Okay, I'm not saying that Marvel Snap is pay to win. Okay, but it is a fact that the Season Pass cards are always very strong, and I'm okay with that. Because these people are the ones who are allowing us to enjoy the game. They are the one who's contributing a very consistent revenue to Second Dinner that allows us to enjoy the game for free. So yeah, I'm okay with it. Okay, I'm okay with it, and I know that the Season Pass cards are just going to be very strong. Okay, so yeah, that sort of answers the question: is Iron Patriot good? The answer is yes, definitely good. Okay, let's analyze it a little bit in detail. Okay, on review, add a random 4, 5 or 6 cost card to your hand. If you're winning here after next turn, give it -4 cost. Which means you could essentially have a free 4 cost card play, a free 4 cost card, or a 5 cost card that costs only 1, or a 6 cost card that costs only 2. So basically, that really swings things in your favor. And in an Iron Patriot deck, you can probably afford to squeeze that card into your final package. Okay, for a final turn 6 move or a final turn 5 move. Okay, because with an Iron Patriot deck, like the likelihood is that you will be playing smaller packages so that you can win Iron Patriot's lane early. Which brings us to the next thing: is it easy to win with Iron Patriot's lane? The answer is actually yes, because you can use your 1 cost heavy hitters. You have things like your Titania if you are feeling up for it, or you can rely on other things like Rocket Raccoon. Okay, I've just seen Rocket Raccoon used against me. Okay, of course you have your Hydration Robert, Hydra Bob, you have your Murder. Okay, things like that. You have all these cards to help you secure the win. Okay, and I've even seen Hawkeye. Don't ask me why I've even seen Hawkeye. Okay, but all these 1-drops are actually very common, and they actually help Iron Patriot a lot. Now, as for Iron Patriot himself, at a 2-3, he's not giving up tempo either. Let's take a look at this week's spotlight. Victoria Hand is a 2-3. Okay, so Iron Patriot keeps pace. Alright, and what are other things that's commonly being played? Kate Bishop, 2-3 as well. Okay, so yeah, you're keeping pace. Scream, 2-3 as well. Okay, if you're going up against a negative deck, Ravonna 2-2, you do not lose. Let's say you're taking on a Dr. Doom deck, Psylocke 2-2, you're not worse off. If you run into those merging, cloning, buffing kind of decks, Penny Parker is a 2-3, Okoye is also a 2-3. So yeah, you're actually keeping pace very well. You are not afraid to you're not afraid of them. So if Jeff is at a 2-3 as well. Alright, so if you were to ask me, Iron Patriot is actually very easy to trigger Iron Patriot's condition of giving that card a -4 cost, and it's just insane. Okay, because right now you have a very cheap card that is you either have a free 4 cost card or a 1 cost card, a 5 cost card that costs 1, or 6 cost card that only costs 2, and that's insane. Okay, just think about how crazy it is when you get a 1/7 stature through Blackboard, or a 1/6 Miles Morales when you move a card. And right now with Iron Patriot, you do not even have to, of course it's still a 2-step process, but now you're not reliant on getting that Blackboard done. You're not reliant on moving a card and then triggering the turn power to trigger Miles Morales. All you have to do is to play the game simply, do what you should be doing in the game, which is basically to win the lane. Okay, So basically you're not giving up anything, you're not detracting from it, you're not doing anything special to get that insanely cheap 4, 5, 6 cost card into your hand, right? And that makes Iron Patriot insanely good in that sense. That's just the first part of his strength. The second part, like what I mentioned when I spoke about Gwenpool months back, is that it's unpredictable. Okay, you do not know what is that random 4, 5 or 6 cost card that they have. Okay, so for me, I'm a free-to-play player, so when someone plays Iron Patriot, I am left scrambling. I'm left wondering, okay, they got a 4, 5, they got a 4, 5 or 6 cost card in their hand and it's discounted, and I have no idea what it is. I really have zero idea what it is. What if it turns out to be a 1 cost Iron Man? That's sick, that's crazy. Alright, playing a 4 cost Iron Man or getting a or playing a Mystic into an Iron Man at 2 cost is already crazy. Now potentially they can have a 1 cost Iron Man. That's just insane. Alright, what other things could they possibly have? Okay, I do not know. And I think that's the biggest strength of Iron Patriot, because you cannot plan for something, you cannot counter something that you do not know. Okay, I mean, when a lot of times you see a lot of times when you try to recognize the card, the deck that is being played against you, and then you actively counter it. But right now you can't. I have no idea, you know, what will I be facing when I see an Iron Patriot being played, winning the lane and getting a very, very cheap card. What if, okay, this may sound absurd, but what if they pull a Heimdall on me out of the blue? Okay, and I have no answer to that. I do not have an answer to that. Alright, or you know, I confidently slapped down an Iron Man and they actually got, you know, a 1 cost Hobgoblin that flies into my Iron Man lane, and I'm basically screwed. Or what if they have a 2 cost Hawk? So basically they have a guaranteed Bruce Banner hawking out. Things like that. Okay, so it's crazy. It's almost impossible to plan for it. And quite sadly, I have to admit, I find myself folding, retreating against a lot of Iron Patriot decks. It's probably the only reason why I'm still not infinite yet. I'm at 98. Okay, it's probably the reason why I'm not infinite yet, because every time I run that Iron Patriot deck and they win their lane, which is pretty easy if you were to ask me, because they get to choose which lane they want to play into, and as long as our turn 1 play does not coincide, I'm screwed, you see. So yeah, and I have zero idea what is the card that they have created in their hand that's added to their hand. I have no idea what to do. I have no idea how to, you know, win them. Alright, honestly, I don't like saying this, I don't like admitting this, but I think I've retreated at least 70% of my games against Iron Patriot, simply because after they win, I have zero idea. I have zero idea what to do. I have zero idea what's going to come up next. I have zero confidence heading into the turn 5, turn 6. Okay, and that's when Iron Patriot players just snap. Okay, because they know that we don't know what they have. Right, so it's an unfair gamble in that sense. Well, unless they draw a duck like a destroyer, okay, or just getting a Hela, okay. Otherwise, you know, whatever the additional card that's added to their hands, chances are is definitely going to benefit them a lot. Okay, and even if they do draw a Hela, for example, and they discount it, they're still getting a 2/7, and a 2/7 is insane, because right now the highest power for a 2-drop is Maximus at 2/6 with a very, very huge drawback. Alright, so this is my take on Iron Patriot. Insane card. Alright, it's an insane card simply because once you pull it off, there's no way you can counter it, because you do not know what you're going up against, and it's actually very easy to pull it off. You know, you play Hydra Bob or some heavy hitters, you play Iron Patriot into that lane. Basically, you have a 1-drop heavy hitter, and you decide which lane. Alright, your opponent doesn't know, and Iron Patriot himself doesn't lose tempo. So yes, you're good to go. You're really good to go. You know, you just slap down another 3 drop, and basically, yeah. So long story short, TLDR Iron Patriot, fantastic card. As with all season pass card, just fantastic. It has been driving me nuts. Alright, I have no answer to handle Iron Patriot, but well, it is what it is. Season pass cards have always been crack. Alright, so yeah, I'm choosing to remain free to play, but that's my choice. If you were to ask me, I do think that this is a worthwhile card for sure. Alright, if you are looking to spend your 15 bucks or 20 bucks, sure. Happy snapping, enjoy!